this the best team that Chris Paul has been a part of? And if not, who is it and why? I'm going to start off with Johnny on this one. Johnny, what do you think? What do you think? Is this Chris Paul's best team? If not, who is that team and why?
Um, this is a great team, lots of chemistry, but I don't think this is a great team. I think the Rockets team with James Harden, Chris Paul, Clint Capella, PJ Tucker, Trevor Ariza. Yeah, that was his best team. I mean, it showed if Chris Paul was just healthy, man. If Chris Paul was just healthy, like even a little bit. If the Rockets don't shoot like 3 billion threes and miss, I mean, they make it to the finals and they win.
He missed 27 straight threes.
And they only lost by single digits, right? Like it wasn't that bad of a loss. So just imagine. So that's you who you think
Well, I mean, if we're
Chris
gonna
Paul's
go
best
top
team.
three, if we're gonna go top three, I could say number one, that Rockets team. Number two, Phoenix. This Phoenix team, just because they're so well rounded on the offensive defensive end, and then three, Lob City.
Okay. Which
Yeah.
Lob City though? The pre Matt Barnes or the after Matt Barnes?
what pre Matt, like pre Derek Fisher Matt Barnes, or after Derek?
I'm, I'm talking when the Clippers picked them up. Like, was it the
Stable
Swaggy
family
P
Matt
Clippers?
Barnes or unstable family Matt Barnes? Which
Was
one
it
you
was it the Swaggy P Clippers or the Matt Barnes Clippers? Like, which one are you talking? But
talking? Nah, because there were so many questions with, all right, what Blake Griffin are you getting? And also the hack of Jordan was like you could just take him out of games sometimes.
see that's why I think we have to look at the context of when those times were, because the Lob City team, that team was built for a championship during that time, because that's how teams were built, right? Like it was two bigs, and one of your bigs could kind of like do it all type, like kind of like how it is today, except his main thing wasn't to shoot; it was just to dunk, to run, and DeAndre was anchoring that defense. Matt Barnes was a good defender. Chris Paul was a solid defender. Then you got JJ on the wing. I don't know. In my opinion, I think Houston is probably the best. After rethinking it, that starting five was just amazing. But I got Clippers as the second one, and then I got Phoenix, and I got Clippers mainly because, yeah, sure, this Phoenix team is well rounded, but so was that Clippers team, and I think if you put that 2014-15 Clippers, which was probably their best year to win it, up against this Phoenix team, I don't know, man. I think
I
it's a
think
close
on
series,
paper,
and I
yeah,
got
but I mean, we all know what happened.
This is on paper, bro.
This is on paper.
exactly on
That
paper,
Clippers team,
that's
even when they were healthy, I know you're gonna say, oh, they got injured and stuff, but when they were healthy,
I
they
wasn't.
underachieved.
Yeah,
They
I'm
choked.
not
They choked.
discrediting that. I'm not.
And
You're
this
right,
Phoenix
but
team hasn't choked when they could have. They could have choked, and they
you're
didn't.
right. But I mean, look.
I mean,
Okay.
it's
Think about it.
like,
Hold on. Wait.
it's
Think
like, hey,
about
yo,
it. Think about it. Hold
it's
on.
like, what if you put this Suns team in that era of game, and then you put this Clippers team in this type of game? Like,
I would put. I think that with all the if you gave the Clippers this path, like with all the injuries that these other teams had, like I think the
Clippers wouldn't have made it past the Paul George-led Clippers team that beat the Utah Jazz.
Stop
my
it!
opinion.
No, come on, man. Don't
right,
do that.
They took
Don't
the
do
Suns to
that.
6.
Don't
They
do
took the
that,
Suns
man.
to
Don't
6
do that.
without their
No,
best player. And when we finally see Paul, like the offense running through Paul George, it was beautiful. That game 5 he had, oh my
No,
god.
that's all Chauncey Billups, though. That's all. But no, I think I don't know.
And like I said,
that game
the Clippers are a choke team.
Paul George had a great game 5, but they wouldn't have won that game without Marcus Morris and the minutes from Boogie Cousins, because
You can't single-handedly win games. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but okay.
okay, bro. But Marcus Morris was red hot, bro, to start out the gate. So that was
Yeah, he was important
then,
too.
Marcus
I'm not saying he was the
Morris
only
is a
reason why
bum.
they won
I
the
don't like
game.
Marcus Morris, but okay, that's my so I got Houston, Lob City, and then I got this Phoenix Suns team.
I got Houston, this Suns team, and Lob City third.
So
And I agree with Johnny.
now, can we also just talk about that Hornets team? Because look, on paper, that was also a really good team.
On paper, yeah.
You got Chris Paul, Peja Stojakovic, David West,
Prime David West,
Tyson Chandler.
Hey, yo, Prime David West on the wing, bro. The 15-foot shot.
That was they were a
band?
solid team. Yeah, you know what?
Peja wasn't dealing with injuries. I mean,
Yeah, no, that Hornets team,
That was a good team.
so I think that also deserves some recognition, but I don't think it's definitely is. I don't think it's top three. But I don't know. I have to give. I think it's also like bias because I love that Clippers team. You got Jamal Crawford coming off your bench. Then you got DC coming off your
And then
bench.
later on, you had Lou Will.
Yeah, but Lou Will was after that. But
Yeah.
like I'm talking like your starting lineup. CP3, JJ, Matt Barnes, Blake Griffin, DeAndre. Then off the bench you got Darren Collison and Jamal Crawford.
Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy.
bro,
The
He
thing
goes.
with me is
He goes.
this
He
team
goes
on paper should be number one. Should be number one. They should have made
but
it to the
they just fell
2015
short.
finals.
They just fell short. Yeah.
They just fell, and that's
Egos.
why I can't put them in my top two.
Egos kind of stopped that team from being great. And Doc,
Yeah.
don't forget Doc Rivers, bro. Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers too. And we see this season. I mean, a little tangent here, but he was a big reason why that Clippers team underachieved. Because you see these blown leads he had. Like you could say Ben Simmons couldn't shoot, but
Oh, they would have gotten swept by Phoenix if Doc Rivers was the head coach, dog.
I just want to say real quick before we get in there, that Hornets team also had Bonzi Wells. Shout out Bonzi Wells. I saw him once.
Fonzie Wells, the Fonz.
Bonzi.
Oh, not the Fonz, the
Bonzi.
Bonds.
No.
I got you.
No. Bonzi Wells. I saw him once. Oh, and shout out Mo Pete. He was also on that squad. But yeah,
Monty was the coach of that team, right?
he was, and him and Chris Paul clashed a lot, like a lot. So but yeah,
this
I
is
don't know,
really
man.
like a beautiful like a reunion.
Yeah,
It's like they renewed their vows. They went through some tribulation and now they're back together, riding the sunset. in Phoenix.
I think it's very
The
a very cute
sunset.
way
I
to
like
look at
that,
it.
Johnny. I like that. Was that on purpose?
I just made it up in like 2 seconds, and I'm proud. Of it.
Yo, genius.
That was like
Come on, son.
You,
Come on, son.
Jason didn't even realize it at
that's
first.
the
He just gotta
Arizona
keep
brain.
talking.
Yeah, I was gonna because we gotta get over this. I'm done.
My-
with this.
my-